Welcome back to EPG. I am your host, Greg. Today I'd like to discuss what Bald and Bankrupt should have known before he went to Peru. For those who are not familiar with Bald and Bankrupt, his name is Benjamin. He is a YouTube vlogger, great channel, lots of interesting stuff, especially going through former Soviet countries. And it's really interesting. He did some great coverage on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And if you haven't seen it, I'm going to put a link to it just to check it out because it's fantastic. I want to say journalism because it goes way beyond blogging. But since he was kicked out of Russia, he's moved over to South America and he started a journey to Venezuela and Peru. And I feel that there is some stuff that he and his travel partner should have known before they went to Peru. And so I'm going to share that with you now. My experience being in Peru, I was there for about 7 months. I was there through military quarantines, I was there through protests, I was there through presidential elections and everything that kind of came after that. But kind of the biggest thing that I want to share is stuff that anybody can use when they go. And the biggest thing is that if you go up to the highlands in the Andes, it's different than being down at sea level because it's, you're up in high altitude. I was noticing that he and his travel partner, they had a lot of very common symptoms of altitude sickness, which, told me is that they started at sea level or, closer to the ground and then immediately shot up to the Andes. And you can't do that and expect to function. So what happens is, especially when you're in that high of altitude, your body doesn't have enough hemoglobin. So the little kind of cells that are in your bloodstream that carry oxygen to your major organs. Your body doesn't have enough of them, so there's feelings of fatigue, there's lightheadedness, vomiting, which was displayed in the video, and one of the things they don't talk about is pretty terrible diarrhea. Everything becomes a chore. Walking upstairs becomes a chore. Going to a restaurant that's on a second level is a chore. You need to drink a lot of water, but there are also two very important kind of remedies that happen. One is more natural, one is not so. But first off, the kind of best remedy, and the one that worked for me, was coca. Now, that happens to be the main ingredient of cocaine, but coca takes a different meaning when you're up in the Andes, and it's a leaf that they use for making tea or to chew. And it's been part of Andean medicine for thousands of years. It's only when it becomes processed that, turns into cocaine. But, it's given very easily. You can buy sacks of it in stores. They even have kind of streamlined the process where they make it in tea bags that you can, take and make tea with it. There's another remedy that is more concentrated, not necessarily with coca, but it has caffeine and other kind of herbs in it, and it's called sriracha. And you can get it in any pharmacy when you're in Cusco. Once you get out of Cusco, it may be a little bit more difficult unless it's more touristy areas like Poroy or Ollantaytambo or Aguas Calientes, which is at the foot of Machu Picchu. But they have it, and it's funny because marketing makes it look like it's only for white people, but anybody can get altitude sickness. So that's kind of the big thing that I would have hoped that they would have done a little bit more research on to kind of maximize their time up in the Andes. And I hope that if you guys see it, that you take some. I know you're going down to the Amazon basin, and I know you're going to try to go to Venezuela. And I wish you all the luck, and I hope that you travel safely. I really do, because you make great content. But yeah, so if you happen to find yourself in the Andes and want to avoid some of the issues that the Bald and Bankrupt team did, I would get some coca leaves, make some tea, and I would get some sriracha pills. So thank you very much for your time, and get out there.